Welcome to the Creative Lessons. Today's topic is smooth spawning. When building maps for games, one of the most important aspects for your map to carefully consider is how players enter your map. Not just the first time, but every time a player needs to reset and try again. This is commonly referred to as a player spawning or respawning into a map. This moment in time sets the stage for every action that a player will take within the span of their next life. From this point forward, what they see, what they experience, and where they can go can craft the entire experience that they have, ensuring that every spawn into your map is the most seamless experience a player has will set up their impression of your map to be a good one. Let's consider your first entrance into a level that you did not create. When you spawn out of a black screen, what do you think when all you see is a wall? What effect does this have on you as a player? You have been given very little information to go off of. Not only that, you may not realize this, but most players actually start off every single game in spawn by holding the W key or forward on the joystick. We're a species that thrive off of instant gratification, so the sooner we get into the action, the better. So if you spawn, are facing a wall, and are automatically walking forward by nature, the first thing that happens is you bump into a wall and feel like an idiot. Nobody likes walking into a wall. It's embarrassing, disorienting, and gives zero information to your players. So sure, first thing is to not face a player's spawn facing a wall. Simple rule to follow. But this goes beyond just that. Let's pretend we're in the real world. You're wearing a blindfold, like a black screen in games, and have this innate desire to walk forward the moment your blindfold is off, basically holding forward on your input devices. You enter this whole world trying to take in everything around you. It's absolutely stunning, and while you are walking forward, you hit a table or a fire hydrant, or perhaps a roadblock. All of a sudden, your entire focus shifts away from the beauty in front of you and becomes focused on the obstacle you stumbled upon. In real life, we have pain as an indicator that heavily shifts our focus, but in a virtual world, we just notice that suddenly we aren't moving forward, and it becomes a subconscious annoyance, something that stole our attention away from taking in the beauty that the creator spent so long crafting. The moment a player enters your map for the first or the 10th or the 1000th time is a sacred moment. One where we don't know where we are beginning this newfound life. We could spawn in the courtyard, or in the entrance hall, or in a bathroom. When we know we may be in immediate danger on spawn, we prioritize figuring out where we are so we can assess the situation and make good decisions. If we run into something that pulls our attention away from being able to orient ourselves, it could potentially put us in grave danger. It stops us from being able to realize that there's a threat nearby, because now we have to adjust for this nuisance. So let's end with a basic rule of thumb. Every spawn you place on the map needs to face in a direction that is both meaningful and has about 3 seconds of forward walking clearance with no obstacles. This allows players to orient themselves with no distractions. And if I catch you having a drop off into a cliff or a hole or into a death zone of sorts in those first 3 seconds, I'm gonna cry. This brings us to the end of the 5th creative lesson on smooth spawning. If you would like to leave comments, feedback, or suggestions on other topics, consider tagging me on Twitter at RayBenefield. Perhaps consider stopping by a stream on Mixer at RayBenefield. Take care for now, folks.